It's been 9 months since Black Summer descended on the Bega Valley. Since fires burned through more than 3/4 of its bushlands and forests, nearly a third of its primary production land, and destroyed 465 homes. The village of Cobargo and its surrounds was one of the area's worst hit. For weeks, it remained blanketed in smoke and tinged an apocalyptic orange. Now it's coming back to life. Asbestos-filled rubble has been carted away, and locals who've chosen to stay are rebuilding.
We're surprised this is this early. We didn't think we'd be in a house until, March next year.
But you're going to be in by Christmas.
Christmas, they're telling us. Well, that's going to be awesome.
The local business recovery group is planning a revamp of Cobargo's main street.
People want to maintain some of the old world charm, but they're also open to what, it might look like with a modern spin.
Here, all the landowners who lost buildings were significantly underinsured. Now they're up against new bushfire attack ratings, which would require them to rebuild with expensive fire-resilient material. The recovery group is worried some won't bother. It's hoping to turn the rebuild into a single community project with one overarching master plan.
We didn't want to have them just left to their own devices and end up with a town that had a barren streetscape for 10, 15, 20 years into the future.
There are big plans for Cobargo's showground too. On New Year's Eve, it became a gathering place for hundreds of people fleeing the fires. It was never an official evacuation point, but locals are hoping it could become one. Community groups have put forward a proposal for a new fire-resilient community centre here that could double as a disaster refuge.
Nobody wants to be driving down roads with fire on both sides, and the showground offers a very good option for us.
Cobargo's new refuge, its reimagined main street, and a growing list of other ambitious community projects will all need government funding to go ahead. In May, as part of its national bushfire recovery effort, the federal government announced nearly $450 million for local economic recovery. As of the 31st of August, only 2% of it has been spent. Bega Valley Council says that's because there's no clear application process yet.
While there's been an announcement, the actual formal details of it haven't been released yet, so hopefully that will be coming very shortly.
We're getting to the point where we really need to see the roadmap.
Okay, so let's try changing channels.
The next fire season is fast approaching, and for some projects, waiting around for funding isn't an option. At this meeting in Bermagui, volunteers from the RFS and SES are teaching residents of a fire edge road to use high-powered two-way radios. The residents have paid for this equipment themselves.
And we've just gone for a relatively inexpensive unit because of that. People don't necessarily have a lot of money to throw around.
Oh, you've stopped working, so you're just going to unlock it again?
To get, about 15 people there over the hurdle of turning it on and getting it to work, it's a pretty good night. And we will practice, we will go further.
With a milder summer on the cards for this part of the world, hopefully nobody will need to use them.